Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks on this Friday, alongside the professor himself, Mr. Ken Golden. What's going on, man?
Greetings, all. I'm gonna sort of start this week on a rather maudlin note, but it's something that I want to address. As many of you know, I've been mentioning that I've been working alone for, I guess, well, it's got to be the last 5 or 6 weeks, and that's because my longtime employee, Jim Williamson, had been out on an extended medical leave, and Jim worked for me for 21 years. And many of you met him. You probably saw him at Nearfest, probably saw him at Prague Power if you went down to Atlanta. We worked together at Rossfest. And, Jim was always a very good-natured guy. And we used to have a lot of fun together at Nearfest. I remember the guy who used to walk around with a toupee that Jim nicknamed Lee Press on Hair. And, well, the sad news is that Jim passed away on Saturday, and he he was a hardworking guy, and he put up with my shit for 21 years, which is a testament to him because I'm not an easy person to work with. We used to sit 10 feet away from each other, and good times, bad times, some funny stories, some screaming matches, just what you would expect with two idiots sitting 10 feet away from each other day in, day out, for 21 years. And so I don't have much to say other than, he's going to be missed. And this was a guy that, he was diligently showed up every day. He could be sick as a dog. Always told me at 102.3. It was always 102.3. But he would show up and he'd pick and pack orders, and he was the guy. He figured it all out. As I said to somebody, it's very interesting because the other point I'm going to make is I have hired somebody new who's going to start here in 2 weeks, and I'm a little nervous about it simply because Jim and I learned this business together. I mean, I've been doing it 38 years, but with I had the old paper catalogs back in the day. I was working part time. Then I started to do it full time. But again, it was a tiny business and I was doing it myself. And then it reached a point where I had to hire somebody. At first, Scott McGill was working for me part time. And then Scott got sick of me. And I had to find somebody. And I hired Jim. And Jim used to work at a store called Nobody Beats the Whiz. Do you remember Nobody Beats the Whiz?
I worked for Nobody Beats the Whiz for a short period of time back in the early
Okay, so Jim was he was a manager there in one of I think the record department. And so he came to work for me. And as I said, we learned together. I've been through multiple platforms. I mean, the website that you people see now, I've been on it for many years. And Jim and I, we didn't know what we were doing. We had to learn it, and we learned it together. And as I said, sometimes we'd fight over this stuff, but we didn't know how to do things. But you learn. So I've hired somebody new who has some background in mail order and inventory, and somebody I've known for many years. And I'll talk about him once. I'll introduce him once he starts, and I have a good feeling about it. But I'm nervous because now, instead of learning, I have to teach.
Teach.
I have to teach, and it's very different. And I don't know if I'm a good teacher or not. So I don't know. We're going to
Not
find
everybody
out.
is. Not everybody is.
Yeah. So if all of a sudden people start getting, really fucked up orders and stuff, it might be my fault. So, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to miss Jim. He was a good guy. And if you ran into him over the years, I think you'll think the same. So I guess maybe tonight raise a diet Pepsi, a Pepsi Zero in his honor. I don't remember what hard stuff he used to drink. I think he used to drink like pumpkin ales and stuff, but I don't know. But anyway, so that's it. And I know that his wife is planning a celebration of life for him in the near future. I don't know exactly when. I assume it'll be local. I don't know where. And yeah, goodbye, Jim.
Rest in
Thank
peace.
you for everything.
Rest in peace, Jim.
So now we're going to get on to business, and it's a very light week, just one of those weeks, and so we'll run through them real fast. And let's do the pre-orders. We'll get the pre-orders out of the way. So I've been pounding all you people about this now for weeks. Agripelter, The Book of Hours. This is coming out July 25th. This is a Laser's Edge release. I'm in love with this record. I love this thing. It's great. It's awesome. You're seeing it backwards because of Prezi, and I don't care. I'm still showing it off. The CD, very nice. Pete has one.
Yep.
There's going to be lots of money under the table to get a good review out of him. And Symphonic Prog, Kai Olsen is the main guy, but he brought on board Matthias Olsen, who does play some drums and percussion. He's playing here percussion, overdubs, mellotron, atmosphere. A lot of vintage keyboards. Jonas Reingold's playing fretless bass on here. There is Jordi Costella, grand piano, Andreas Scorpe Soen on drums. But Kai Olsen himself, he plays guitar, bass, Hammond organ, ARP synthesizer, church organ. Plus there's strings on here, harpsichord, flutes, all instrumental, symphonic prog. It sounds incredible. The CD is a wonderful listening experience if you're digitally inclined, and the vinyl, for me, is a mind fuck. So, but that's because I'm a vinyl guy. I have no problem with this. I'm happy to sell this to you. I want to sell a lot of them. I want Kai to make another album because I really, really like this record. And if you go on our Bandcamp page, you could hear we put one nice piece up there, which is kind of representative of the album. And if, Pete, is it okay if I post the link to the YouTube video in this week's thing? So we had a really cool video made for the track, and it's on my Laser CD YouTube page, which now has, I think, 4 subscribers.
Woo!
So, hey, Pete, calm down. Don't.
No,
I'm not. I'm not a threat.
From that,
You're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
4 subscribers. So there you go. No comments, but 4 subscribers. So there you go. So that's we're doing this alphabetically. Okay, next. I don't remember that we talked about this one. So if we did, tell me, please. Jethro Tull, live from Belois. Okay, this is Jethro. This is a Jethro Tull live from Belois session 2008. Comes out August 15th. It's a 2 CD and also a 2 LP. I will read the blurb. Recorded in November 2008 at the prestigious Belois session, formerly known as AVO session, in Basel, Switzerland. This powerful live performance was previously only available on DVD. Now, for the first time, the 90-minute concert is becoming available for the first time in audio form. So they said first time twice in the same sentence, bad grammar. But we're taking pre-orders for that. Do you have any recollection of it? I don't. No, neither.
My guess is that's with Martin Barr still in the band, right? Because
2008, I would think so, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. More Jethro Tull pre-orders. People asked for it, so I said, all right, what the hell? We'll take pre-orders. Still Living in the Past, 5 CD Blu-ray, comes out July 11th. Again, I'll read the blurb, since it'll be more interesting than anything else, I would imagine. Jethro Tull announces reissue of compilation album Living in the Past with a new 5 CD Blu-ray format, originally released in 1972. The album is a collection of singles, album tracks, and outtakes which charted across the world. The newly expanded edition, Still Living in the Past, features Steven Wilson remixes, edits, demos, live at Carnegie Hall 1970, it says Steve Wilson remix, I think he'd hate that, and 4 promo videos. So that's new. Okay.
Should be good. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. So that's it for pre-orders. Now for CDs, slim pickings this week, guys. But this, I think, is a good one. It's already out of the box, selling very well. Fate's Warning, live at the Dynamo, and for me, this is like my personal favorite period of Fate's Warning. They're doing A Pleasant Shade of Gray. So we sold this back in 2008. We sold this as 2009. We sold this as a DVD. So now it's out on CD. So next, Held by Trees, Hinterland. So Held by Trees is a project put together by this producer, David Joseph, and he was a huge fan of the band Talk Talk and Mark Hollis. And this is the second Held by Trees album. And it's very, very much in the same mold as Talk Talk. It could almost pass for like a Talk Talk album. So Talk Talk was a band that started out as a pop band and mutated into one of the original post-rock bands. Them and Bark Psychosis are considered like the originators of what is called post-rock. And what is post-rock? It's kind of hard to say. It's a bit ambient places. There's vocals throughout the album. There are elements of rock. There are elements of jazz. It's very spacious, kind of very, very atmospheric. It's lights out music. And so he brought in guys who played with Mark Hollis and Talk Talk. So I think my accent is coming through somehow. Talk Talk. So anyway, so that they just showed up 10 minutes ago. So there's that. Now, this one I'm very excited about. And Pete, I'm going to make you buy this damn thing because this is a must own. So, Strata East started a reissue campaign. The great jazz label Strata East started a reissue campaign in conjunction with Mac Avenue. They're doing an absolutely beautiful job. They did 4 CDs and 4 LPs. There's doing, I think, like 32 albums streaming. But in terms of physical, for some reason, Music Inc. CD was delayed. So we've had the Charles Rouse, the Stanley Cowell, and the Pharoah Sanders CDs, and everybody's been asking me where the hell is the Music Inc. one. They finally showed up. So this was recorded at Slugs, and which was a jazz club in the East Village back when you really had to take your life in your hands to go into the East Village in New York. And Slugs, yeah, it was a pretty dangerous place in the neighborhood. It was a pretty dangerous place inside. That's where Lee Morgan got killed. His wife took out a gun and shot him while he was on stage. Great Lee Morgan. So there were 2 volumes, Live at Slugs Volume 1, and there was a Volume 2. But for the CD and actually for the vinyl reissue, which we have in stock and have been selling, they combined it into one. And I'm not sure who did the mastering for this. I think Chris Muth did it for all the digital side. Chris is actually the guy who cut the vinyl for me for Agripelter. Chris is fantastic, and he has a very highly respected line of pro audio gear called Dangerous Music, and very, very respected. And he's the guy that like rebuilt the console at Sterling Sound and stuff. He's brilliant and a funny guy, nice guy. And I think he did the digital mastering for this as well as the other CDs in the line. So anyway, we have music.
Sold.
Sold. Yeah, it's great. And I could tell you, having played the vinyl, because I had the original vinyl, it sounds better than I remember, because I remember it not being particularly good. But, Charles Tolliver, Stanley Cowell, they're the guys who started Strata East. Music Inc. was Charles Tolliver's band. It was Revolving Cast of Character. The other one from 70, which is Pure Fire. This is great too. And Cecil McBee, one of the greatest jazz bass players of all time. If I ever see anything with Cecil McBee or Buster Williams, my 2 favorite jazz bass players, if I see them on an album, I will buy it automatically. And Cecil McBee had a great solo career, also put out a lot of great solo albums. Anyway, that's that. That's it for new stuff for the week. Very, very light. Couple of key restocks. Just got back Gentle Giant playing the Fool, the 2 CD. Just got back for the 3rd time now, the Nankai Trio Antarctica, and album of the year candidate, I think, in my opinion. I think it's a great album. This Nankai. You enjoy it, right?
I haven't heard it yet. I've had it for
Really?
weeks. I haven't. Yeah, I've got so much stuff to listen to. It's sitting on my stack, ready to be listened to.
Oh my God. Eric Porter is vomiting right now. He's in the back room. He's he's like, what? Him and George, they got the dry heaves. So yeah.
I tell you what, I am going to. It's sitting right here. I am going to play it right now as soon as we get done.
Do me a favor. Play it. I got 20 copies showed up this morning. Okay. And I already sold a couple of them. Play it, post that review. You're gonna love it. It's awesome.
I know I will, because I know who's
Yeah.
on it. I know I'm going to love it. I just
Okay.
I'm
All
struggling to
right.
find time to
Let
listen to everything.
All right. We'll do the vinyl, some cheap shit, and then we're out of here. The vinyl. I got the Fates Warning right over there. Well, you can't see it because the thing's up, the Prezi thing. Next thing I have, which is really this is kind of an oddity. Just a handful of these. Lars Frederick Freusler, the keyboard player from Wobbler and White Willow. He has a new solo album. This this came before it. This is actually a 10-inch. They're calling it an EP. It's a collaboration he did with the singer from Museo Rosenbach, Stefano Gallifi, and it's called Un posto sotto il cielo, and they only pressed 200 of them. Tracks are not, as far as I know, not on anything else, and it's yeah, it's very plain. Comes in just as you see it. Actually, there's no artwork. It's just in a brown sleeve, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I brought some in, and they only made 200. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna last very long. I only brought like 4 or 5 of them in to see if it'll sell. So we got the Held by Trees on vinyl. This is one I don't know if you're familiar with this. I've heard of this album, but never really heard it. Sampled it a bit yesterday. Yesterday's Children,
I've had that for
considered
years on CD. That's a good album.
yeah, considered to be kind of like what I heard. Like it's from 1970, kind of like garagey proto metal. They call it proto metal, hard rock. It has like a bit of a psychedelic element
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
like heavy psych. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I love that cover. Yeah, it covers like
Good album. Yeah.
yeah. So this got an official vinyl reissue. All right, we'll do the cheap shit. So I kind of teased this last week. I got some cheap stuff on Apple. Apple is it? I don't know if it's Apple on or Charisma. I forget. I got in some cheap Arabs in Aspic, and I got in a cheap Giorgio. Now I will tell you, I have Arabs in Aspic. This is Strange Frame of Mind, and this is Far Out in Arabadabia. I'm showing them. I'm almost out of them. Probably won't be on the website when the video airs, but maybe. You never know. You might get lucky.
Great albums.
I do have stock on Progeria, which was this their first
I
album?
believe that was their first. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Arabs and Aspic, I think these guys, I don't want to say I'll say underrated. I think they're great. They're like, to me, they're like a prog version of like Uriah Heep.
Yeah.
And really, really good band.
Ryan
And
Heap, Atomic Rooster. Yeah. Sort
all
of.
that stuff. Like, yeah, it's very, very good. I don't know what their situation is now. So I don't know.
Their last album was what, 2 years ago?
Something like that. So they're probably due for something new. And in fact, if you could ever, I think they've kind of gone out of print. If you ever come across the live album, that was really good.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I think I may still have it on vinyl for sale, but I haven't had the CD for quite some time. The last cheap item I got, which is a great one, Giorgio Pastoralia. These are guys. These are. I think I'm selling these all for $7. So you should
That's a
scoop
kill. That's a killer album.
this one, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a good, really good band. And in fact, I still have copies of the new Split album. And let me get rid of this shit. Close it. Yeah, the Georgia. This is the Split with Breidablik Contraster.
Well,
So
folks can't have that copy because that's my copy,
no,
actually.
no, that's Pete's copy for sure. So it's it has Diet Coke stains on it. So that's I got so I just want to. I'm scrolling through my email for a reason. So I got an email yesterday from someone asking me specifically. I'm going to read you the email. It was really funny. If I can find it. The guy wanted to know who did the artwork for Agripelter. He says, it's very important to me. When I buy music, it's very important to me. So I told him who it was. And then I looked at the guy's name, and the gentleman's name is Hakan Aftung. And I went on Discogs and I look at Hakan Aftung. He's the guy behind Giorgio.
Really?
It's his band. And Breidablik too. You know, he's the common thread between the two. So it's his band. So I just emailed him back. I said, "Hey man, I love your band." And he was really proud that somebody knew who he was.
Wow,
you know? But yeah, it was pretty cool. So they're good.
Next, you'll see on the next George Joe album, you'll see the artwork by that same guy, probably.
That could be.
That's probably why he's asking.
That would be funny. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Actually, we're getting a lot of comments, and
great art. Yeah.
It's really good. And I got to be honest. I know the guy who did it. He's an art director. I don't know if it's AI generated or whatever. I would suspect there's a little digital magic going on here, but I mean, it's not a painting per se, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it's very well done.
I love it. The wraparound. So man.
Oh yeah.
You want that hanging on your wall.
Anything with skulls is cool on my book. So
Yeah. So yeah. Did you ever see that website that Jeff Wagner and Matt Johnson did?
I don't think so.
I forget what they called it. They created a blog where the entire blog was just album covers that featured skulls, and there's some great stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff.
There's been a lot like those the Message album, right?
Oh right, I packed one of those up yesterday, and then McChurch Sound Room with the skull, the wax dripping.
Yeah. Yep, that's great. Also, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
when you think about it, there's so many.
Yeah. So we'll have hopefully next week will be a little busier. I actually got the new Catatonia just showed up. New Gosta Berling saga just showed up. A to Z is here. That street's next Friday, so if you pre-ordered the new A to Z, we'll be shipping that out early next week. What else? Oh, and I can't say what they are, but I'm going to tell you. Inside Out on June 13th and June 20th, they're dropping bombs. So there's some really, really good surprises coming. And Anthony, I don't know if you watch the Professor's Picks, but watch the June 20th announcement because you're gonna shit your diapers. I'm telling you. So that's
as long as he doesn't shit on that yellow hoodie because we need that clean,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That wouldn't be nice. So that's what we got this week. And again, please, just for a moment, think of Jim. He passed away at 54, so a little too young. Oh, last thing, please. I mentioned this back in March. I'm going to mention it again. Just thinking about Jim. If there's something wrong with going on with your body and it doesn't seem right, don't think it's just going to get better. Go get checked out. No matter how simple it is, because it may turn into something serious, and don't
save
neglect
your life if you go get it checked.
Could save your life.
Yep.
Without question. So don't fuck around. If something's not right, there's a reason it's not right. Go get it checked out. That's all I have to say.
It's to live by. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm still alive. So and probably somebody you know as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So don't screw around. Sorry to end on a kind of sad note.
No, but
that's what it is. That's life.
It's important.
It's important, and it's reality. It's life. So this is what we all have to deal with. So especially as we're getting a bit older.
Yeah.
Look at you losing all that weight. I got to take you out for a pizza. I gotta fatten you up a little bit, man.
I don't want you to fatten me up, but I will take you up on that pizza
All
though.
right, we
May
gotta
only
do
be
another
like two
pop.
slices, but you know, it's
All
my
right,
stomach has shrank quite a bit.
we gotta do another Papa's run. That's all.
Yeah, or one of the other ones. You
Or
know,
De Lorenzo's. We'll hit them both.
or Palermo's, whatever, and it doesn't matter to
We'll
me.
hit them. You come on down. I'll meet you.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
That's what I got this week.
Cool. We'll have the entire list posted down in the comments below. Lasercd.com is the URL. Copy and paste to your heart's desire. Buy lots, and
Buy often, please.
so and Ken's got some help coming, so hopefully
2 weeks.
he'll be able to deal with all of your orders as they come in. So yeah.
Yes.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Jim, we'll miss you.
Yes.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week here on the Professor's Picks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.